slaughtering Indians, probably wounded knee. And they couldn't get it one and total.
Okay, let me look here.
Like glasses. When she came back, she was so happy. She was going to be in the movie and everything.
There we go.
How much money did you get? $20.
I was going to get ready.
We didn't even want to do it after that.
I didn't even want to do it after that.
Yeah, she does.
No, he doesn't. Been talking to him.
That's respect.
I did. I'm not going to do any of these. Okay. Oh, have a seat. Maybe at this table, just pull the chairs up and put them together. There's spare chairs. And by the way, we're welcoming you. So, Mike, when they go up, since this is their first time, you do a hoot and a holler and a screaming kind of thing. All right. They're new young poets. I snagged them at the poem dome thing. He said he'd bring it. Tonight's the night. Let me get this. Say the word. Yeah, go. Okay. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, hobos and ants, cross-eyed mosquito, and bow-legged ants. We're just about ready. So he's going to do the pre-show announcements, and then we have Mr. Sanderell will be the keynote, and this is my co-pilot here, and we are ready to go.
It's very clear. The checklist is here to stay. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Welcome to Sacred Ground with Dan Brady as the current host of this long-running open mic.
It's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Unknown universe. Serving up good food and fine poetry since 1972. Please support this reading by enjoying the food and drink served here. And let's have a big hand and a large foot for Teddy and Fiona, the invisible Fiona, our host.
Without them, you wouldn't be here by now.
Poetry of all kinds, ladies and gents, is welcome, but we do ask you to respect the mic. Keep conversations to a whisper. Put phones on mute or under your foot. Stomp on them, throw them out in the street. Vibrate, and do not distract the speakers or the bass guitar as it pass in front of them. Also, keep to the time limit, usually 5 minutes, but that can change. Remember, we've 2 shows, the 7-ish, the 8:40-ish, and so I ask for ish generosity by going short. We have some short people here today, so going short, it helps get everyone on the mic.
No reason, God.
If you want to be in a loop, go to Chicago. Sorry, but I can't take you.
Chicago.
We even upped in email list, a Facebook page. And we stream live along with the salmon, baby. So thanks to Mr. Natural. Woohoo! The Natch. We need a batch of Natch. You can view in from home.
Or
family or friends can see you live or later on.
Or
if you want to hear so-and-so, Sammy so-and-so, Billy so-and-so, Edna so-and-so's poem again.
the Philadelphia so-and-sos.
The Philadelphia so-and-sos.
Just saying.
Did that have Cary Grant in it? Want to do a self-critique? No, you don't.
Why would you want to do that?
But if you do, if you really want to,
you can do
it. And it is a way to put out the word and put out the fire and put the embers in front of you. Put out the word, yours, mine, ours, minutes, seconds, eons. And on and on and on I travel.
There is where you find all that stuff.
It's all up on the wall, folks.
All up on the wall. All on the wall.
Remember the ongoing theme. Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead said.
Margaret.
The evening's theme is, I know it, superheroes!
Superheroes. Now, if you don't have something about superheroes, it's okay.
Get your capes out. Get your capes out.
Capos, cats,
Cape Fear, Cape May. Also, next week's feature will be...
Next week's feature, Jacob Sanigo, the mighty, the wonderful, and the well-read.
Now, as to the first show, the keynote will be the
Keynote.
cursive writer Richard Sanderell.
Richard Sanderell, the keynote will
Wow.
launch us.
Our feature is...
Kevin Del Principe, who is right there. Give him away.
Yeah.
And I said his name right. I said it right. Okay. Just
We'll
want to make
give
sure I can make mistakes with the best
the
of them.
Queen's
believe me.
Wave.
Oh, yes.
As to
Thank
the
you.
second show, the last word
David,
will be this bird.
that person right
The
there.
mini feature is...
The mini feature is Karen Melander Magoon, who is not here yet, but she comes late, so we'll see her then.
And we have fabulous door prizes. Step
That-
right up, 1/10 of a dollar, never needs ironing. Door prizes, doorknobs, handles, panels. You want to be on a panel? Could be one of your prizes.
Can I do the door prizes now?
Do the door prizes.
All right, so there's lots of them tonight. The Paris Review.
Woo!
No skirts in that one. Combating nativism. I donate to causes. They send me these magazines, and if you don't like those fascist, warmongering individuals, it talks about them. Tell It Goodbye. A look back at the long and rich career of Lon Simmons. So if you're a baseball person, that's it. Navajo.
Tell it goodbye.
Just Navajo Textiles.
Sorry.
It's a calendar, so it has great pictures.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
That's a
go
good
through
one.
this quickly. Poetry review. What a great book. I did that. This War Called Love. It's 9 short stories by Alejandro. I can't remember how to say his last name. Thank you. The poet laureate of. He's not the poet laureate still, but he was. Of San Francisco, for Jesus Christ's sake. This is an anthology of poets who read here, and it was donated. We also have the National Poetry Competition 40th Anniversary Anthology. So these are people who won prizes for their poetry. They didn't ask me, did they? No, they did not. And Poetry News, couple of things. If you're interested in Poetry News, this is all about competitions to find them. Competition, if you're interested, it's a double. And this, just handed to me now, the Spark Inc. 3rd edition Youth Poetry and Art Anthology. Are some of the people in here here? Oh, the people who are going to be reading here are in here. And let me just do finish and then I'll do
A
the
virtual plethora.
plethora.
A plethora.
Plethora.
Be advised, although we record the evening, if an audience member wishes to do so, please ask permission. We'll assume you've done so should we notice recordings being made. Hal?
The mighty Hal Robbins has just walked in. And
And
we have
Toinette.
another individual as well. Thank you. All right, so
Let's roll them.
okay, so a special event this evening. We have, when I went to Poetry Under the Dome, or Poem Dome as they call it, I was impressed by a set of youthful readers, and Mike Taylor was in charge of those individuals. And I said, why don't we have them come here? And he said, oh, that's a good idea. So they are here, and they were going, after we have the keynote, they will then participate in the evening reading their poetry before your very astonished eyes. My eyes are astonished. Yours shall be. They will be opened. Your hearts will be touched. And you know what? That's a good thing. So Richard Sanderell's coming up. Then we'll have the Spark Poets, and then we'll proceed into the open mic. The Spark Poets, since they're youthful people, will probably not stay the evening, so they will leave at some point, but we know that, they know that, I know that you know that, I know you know that, I know you know that, you know I know that, I know you know that, I know you know that. I'm doing this until everybody's ready to go. Not you, this them. All right. Thank you very much. Give him a round of applause, Mr. Sanderell, the keynote of the evening.
All right. Silence was meaningful with the Indian, and his granting a space of silence before talking was done in the practice of true politeness and regardful of the rule that thought comes before speech. That's, by Chief Luther Standing Bear, Oglala Sioux. This piece is done by a young poet who comes here occasionally by the name of Henry Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
And this is called Nicaragua Pat Down. 5 bullets, their guns cocked at attention, allude to their verdict. As my blood seeps down the pavement, The cracks along the cobblestone composes my eulogy. The head officer kicks my ribs and tells me to roll over. As I'm padded for weapons, bullet shells rain from my temple. No llame al medico, he'll be dead on arrival.
Thank you. All right, I'm giving him the attribution sheet, so when you do read something by somebody else, I hand you that. So I do not always say that was Charles Lawton's version of In the Barristrades. He didn't write that, but no one knows that because Charles Lawton didn't really. And actually, I just made all that up. All right, so Mr. Mike Taylor, you're going to come forth now and introduce this wonderful set of individuals who are kicking off the evening. Yeah. Give him a round of applause, because without him, he wouldn't be here. Woohoo! This is his first time. Treat him like a first timer. Come on! Come on!
What's good, Sacred Grants? How y'all doing today?
Yeah, man.
Yeah? All right, I don't know how to do like a poetry reading. I just know how to like run a show. How y'all doing today? Spark Poetry.
Tell us about it.
Is writing, stage performance, and social activism in elementary and middle school classrooms. Woo! So I brought some of those elementary school. Nobody that you hear from today is going to be like.
All of these people are new. This is their first time, so we have to give them the real welcome. Just say it.
So please give.
Good to see you on here. Here you go.
Dear erasers, I really want to say not the random reckless words on my paper that's now in shreds. But you're not holding me up as much as you used to. I can't talk to you. I can't spew out random ramblings of words I don't know, but I don't need a therapist. I tried that. What I need is a friend who knows me. I want to talk to you, but you'll just erase my words. It's important to talk. You erase what's important, and you take away the meaningful scribbles of words that I could never say aloud. This might turn into amazing poems one day, but until then, you just keep erasing the memories of what I used to be. You erase my future, my past, and you erase my present. My past isn't sitting down happy as can be and then standing up and hugging like it was a last goodbye. I know it wasn't, but that's what it felt like to me. I needed to talk then. You erased my memories, and now I'm wishing I could remember that day when I made the mistake that almost ruined my life. Although you leave the memories that stay in my mind forever and ever. Going to school the next day, and I'm telling everyone my parents divorced, even though it's just a separation then. I wish I could erase those words. I wish I didn't say those words that predicted the future. I didn't have you then. You brought me out and gave me the ability to erase. Erase is no qualification to be erased. Words don't have to be better to be erased. They don't have to be special to be erased. You just have to be there in the first place to be erased, and this is why I can't deal with you anymore. But of course you can just push those words away like I push away the last shreds of eraser from my paper. My paper that said, hey, can I talk to you after class? I really need to talk. I wrote that note to my friend so I could talk, so I could learn, so I couldn't erase, and yet you still erase. You can't erase the divorce. You can't erase the black ink on the bottom of the page. You can't erase the signed black line blind with my mother's tear stains staining the future forever. With you, I'm nothing but words put into what you call perfection. I am not perfection, and maybe perfection is a mistake. With you, I will make too many mistakes to fix, all of which you will not be able to destroy this time. And this time, there will be no mistakes. This time, there will be no second chances. I will not learn from my mistakes if you erase them. I will not write if you erase. I will not build if you destroy. I will not love you if I know you will be the heartbreak. Dear erasers, I'm breaking up with you.
Wow.
Now we're talking. One more time for Amelia. So,
All right.
these girls are coming from a very small beach city, about 15, 20 minutes south of here, Pacifica.
Pacifica. I spent a week there one day. Never mind. Never mind.
So they all write on the same team actually, and every year we produce this anthology. And in Pacifica, there's about 500 or so students that all compete with each other, write with each other. They see each other at shows and events, and they're all in this. Are we allowed to sell merch here?
Say what?
Are we allowed to sell merch here?
Yeah.
Cool. This is $15 if you want to take home a copy. Talk to me. It could be $15-ish. Y'all like the ish. But y'all ready for another poet?
Yeah, we are.
All right, I'm gonna bring the youngest poet on the stage tonight. Please welcome to the stage, Darren.
Okay, have her stand where you are. Move it this way, because the light will be better.
The light will be better.
Yeah.
You're standing up here.
Like maybe.
That's too low. That's too low.
There you go. There we go. All right, now we got the light on, everything.
Straight at you. It works
right.
best. Go to it.
I'm standing in my room with the lights turned off, the hallway light on so I have a sliver of light, when my dog walks in. I see his blackened silhouette against the blackness. He tries to jump up on my bed, and as I look into his eyes, I know that everything is going to be okay. But I'm sitting in the kitchen spinning on a desk chair to music that I do not know the name of. My dog gets up from the kitchen table and stops me. He jumps and licks my face with his ears up. I laugh, and there's more to it. Bug. Daisy, my dog, comes into my little room. I am sleeping on his mattress. She walks over and lays down on my feet. Bug, I get a How to Draw Dogs book and obsess with it day after day, trying to perfect the drawing of a greyhound. Bug, I've had dogs since the first second of my life. I spent my whole life with them. Yeah, I did not really start loving them until 6 years later, but I'm standing on the SPCA. Pull it out of my mind until I see a black and gold dog through the window. He picks up a ball and tries to play with me through the glass. 3 years later, I sit by his side on the couch, Bug. With great power comes great responsibility, yet for some reason, we refuse us since day one. We put our dogs in tiny puppy mills. We chain them outside. We refuse their blackened silhouettes in the blackness. We will never see the light. They jump on our beds, yet we push them off as we say we love them. Dogs make your heart stronger and can calm you down. They will keep coming back in the blackness. They will never stop seeing the light until we do. They still love us. Yet we have pushed them away since the first bug.
There we go. Just walk around the other way. There we go. All right.
Watch your foot. Work foot. Yeah, you step.
One more time for Darren, y'all. One more time for Darren.
All right.
I got it. Go
All right,
ahead.
now,
Go ahead.
what I realized, some kids join the poetry team because they love writing poems. I think all of them join it. But also what's really cool to see is when two friends join together. And then they have this like poetry friendship thing that they like hang out and do poems and then hang out and do other stuff too. So I'm gonna bring up like my favorite pair of friends in the program that poem together all the time. There are a couple of weirdos. Please welcome Una and Joylyn!
In the house! So get really close to the mic, like about
You
this
can
far
share the
away.
mic, and you can go a little bit slower than your compatriots.
So I'm just saying that when I first came into this cafe, I saw the people here and they seemed really chill, and I was like, this is definitely one of those cafes where like you go up to the cashier and be like, can I have the usual? And then the cashier would be like, yep, and then you have like the secret handshake with the cashier or something or whatever, and then yeah.
Exactly like with the microphone, put it between you.
Okay. There we go.
Meet me at the start of the world. With the invention of paper currency, we can buy anything, even a house for $15.
We can buy
Happiness, freedom, hope, love.
for only $7.99 a month.
Businesses, companies, all we want is money. We'll
Murder,
kill,
slaughter,
bully people for $10. Don't you think this is getting out of hand?
Every single everlasting moment of everyone's life is just about this change.
Why do you think jobs were invented?
Bribing people to work for you.
Even education costs a bundle. Schools,
Food,
water.
books.
What's the point in living a life when I've just gone bankrupt? Being broke just puts you in a lower rank in society. We pity the poor.
And envy the rich.
Why do you think this all started?
The best frenemy erasers can't erase the bills in my pocket.
They say time is money, but I don't think I've got any time left.
Why am
are
I-
people so greedy for money? Why am I?
I'm broke.
I'm a
can't
disgrace.
get
I need a
bills.
job. I
I'm
can't afford
I
college.
die
I have a
in
wallet. I
taxes.
need money. Work at McDonald's. Meet me at the end of the world because money is the last man standing. Okay.
One more time for Jordan and Una. All right. So, really quick, so I'm not missing anybody. Is Shay here? No.
No.
Okay. I'm not sure where Shay is. Can we just give her a round of applause? Like,
All right. Yay! So if she comes in and your guys are still, we'll do it.
Okay.
We'll just
I heard somebody say that superheroes was the theme.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
Superheroes is the theme
Of the evening.
of the evening.
There's an changing evenings theme. There's the ongoing theme, but there's also the evenings changing.
Is it all right if I do a poem?
Yes. Yes.
Is that all right with y'all?
Yay! Wait a minute, this is his first time, so give him the first time.
I really like to walk around when I'm.
Okay, so then I'll just pull this back and I'll try to follow you my best.
All right. So my name is Mike Taylor. I got pretty popular on YouTube for doing poetry. A lot of people I got like, oh my gosh, almost 1 million hits, and Superman and the Justice League, they decided to come to one of my shows. This is how it went. There's 2 ways you can step on stage. You can either rent or you can own. You can take the microphone on loan or steal it so the crowd feels the same feelings you pass long after a show. Because when a poet passes gas on stage, you should be able to smell it at home hours after. And after hours, I tried convincing the Justice League I had superpowers, but they said, anyone can shout. So I'm like, Superman, wait! I can fly too. He's like, really? I'm like, no. But I can flow. Like a fish? No, like a bird. Bobbing his beak to the beat of his wings in the breeze. When my knees get cold, I shiver in rhythm, but I don't freeze because my words pack heat. But you can't fly. No, I can't fly. So there's no place for me on the Justice League, just the freaks. He's like, yeah, sorry. I'm like, Superman, wait! I'm a freak too! He's like, really? I'm like, no. But people say I must have 3 eyes, because it's amazing the way I see rhyme and somewhat entertaining. Maybe I could fight crime like that. But can you fight? I'm lethal with a pen. And although in a fist fight I might resort to biting men in ink, I hold lightning with my hands. Break, so you hold lightning. No, stupid. That's just a metaphor I formed. What I meant to say is I perform. Adorned in a mask, I'm a master of disguise. In the past, I've plastered myself as a faster, flatter, fatter person. As a matter of fact, I've been batter and catcher in the same pitch. Because pitch black late at night, I learned to fight with only my words to back me. In the back of an alley, ask me what I can do? Go ahead, say it with your hands. Ask me what I can do.
What can you do?
What can you do?
I'll tell you. I can retaliate with a quick response. I don't have sharp teeth or claws, but I learned that words bite. Words bite stronger than jaws. Furthermore, Aquaman.
Yeah.
I can hold a rhyme longer than you can hold your breath. Batman was convinced. So was Wonder Woman. But Superman told me something I would never forget. He said, it doesn't matter what you can do. He said, I've saved a lot of things from a lot of things. But the first time I saved anything was a cat from a tree. Superman told me it doesn't matter what you can do. It matters how you use what you can do to save people. So I'm like, Superman, wait! I can do that too. See, a lot of people have superpowers. But real superheroes can save a falling crowd from slamming into the ground. Slamming isn't just about rhythm or sound or rhyme, nor how many big profound words I can have coming out of my mouth at one time. Let me raise the bar. There's 2 ways you can step off stage. You can either talk or you can save. Thank you.
All right. Woo! There we go.
All right. Thank you one more time. Give a round of applause for all of you.
All left. All left. All left. All left.
Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Take a bow. Take a bow. Take a bow.
Take a bow, take a bow.
There we go.
All right, 1, 2, 3, up and down.
Woo! I tell you, the future looks bright. All right, Britt, Peter, you're the first on the open. Come on up here. Then we got Dudamon, then Jimmy, then Tommy, then Andrew, Vincent, V, and the Curse of Bride are coming back. All right. All right.
Maybe move it, like put the mic on that square, because the lighting will be better for you this way.
There. Let's see here. Yeah, much better.
Okay. Riot Act 1. Ardani stumbles over his long red tie. Who's this guy think he is? King, superhero, or the little boy who hides his soiled trousers? From the nanny, from mommy, from daddy. You can't see my taxes. You can't see my debts. You can't see my war plans. Hold it, scoop, breaking news, thoroughly documented, unredacted, the ultimate sin. He does cheat on his golf score, and all the caddies laugh behind his back. Superheroes. Donald Trump, his war card, his race card, his doctored golf card. Beto O'Rourke, his tireless optimism. Spider-Man crawling into our consciousness. Boudica, her river of blood. Oh, please. I prefer Mighty Mouse down from Mount Olympus. His rainbow trail and fresh popcorn at the Rio Theater. Hot air. It happens to most presidents. They push the same lies so often that they become cardboard figures, seen through a TV screen. Not even 4K will bring this one back to life. He's told so many lies. The lethal me, broken steam pipe, the plaster Satan, the cardboard figure. Don't let's save him with war clouds. As it is, he has cost us millions. Why feed the rat hole with more useless expenditures?
Rat hole.
And finally, a Richmond song, not the Richmond district. Richmond song, full moon passing through a thin clouded sky. After 3 days of sporadic rain, seen, unseen as it climbs into the night, I think of you and you, seen and unseen, awake into the night, moon and more than local weather pass over many lives.
All right. Thank you, Britt. Dudamon and Jimmy. Dudamon, come on up. All right. Comp's on.
Whoa, what is that shit up in the sky? He was in We Go to the Future. Man, I found a magazine. Guess where I found it? In a telephone booth. And she was on the ledge. But I looked at the magazine and I got really excited. Oh, and I forgot she was up there. She landed on me. So the only thing, you take your business before time, you see. I hear this thing about superheroes. You know who my hero is? That they said the most smartest creature there is an ost. They would say when I was a kid, they said, don't be like a jackass pile full of books. But every time I looked around, I seen this man. I said, are you a man or an ass? He said, I'm an ass. Because I'm reading books. the most smartest creature is a donkey. In the old days, shh, they told me not to tell. 100 years ago, 130 years ago, they slit my throat because I let out the secret about an ass. Some guy called me an asshole, and I said, do you see my ass? He said, he kicked my ass. I said, there it is. And he went over, and he, whoop, whoop. And I said, hey, man. And he forgot my ass, kicked a hole in him. Asshole. And I said, you know what an ass is? A donkey. They said he rode an ass to town. He went to bed, he had a dream. He said, we're going to go and get them. And he had a dream that the ass spoke to him. And when he woke up the next day, he got on his ass and he rode. And the ass scraped against the side of the wall, and the ass hit that side. And he looked, and he got to the ledge. He got ass. He said, come on, ass, let's go. And the ass wouldn't go, and he got off. He said, whop, whop. And the ass says, you can kick my tail, but I sure ain't gonna take my ass down to that shit. Are you out of your mind? So the whole saying, don't take your ass to town, Ruby, my dear. And the short thing is, a chauffeur ass. They said there was a race across Americanza tribe, and the chauffeur animal, they said to take across the great vast of the plains of what they changed its name. I wouldn't take a horse. I'd take a mule, a camel, a llama, and my old trusted ass. A donkey. Y'all gotta excuse my vocabulary. I can stand up like this and talk. But the guy says, again, I will kick your ass. And I said, there it is. But if you're talking about this back behind me, that ain't my eyeglass. That's my glutamus maximus. But yet again, nothing chauffeur. And you know what happened? A horse would throw you if a snake get there. An ass would go, yeah, and then chop it up and say, what are we gonna have for dinner to a snake? But the snake clan is favorite. My favorite one is the snake clan. But yet again, Surefoot than an ass. This is the most safest animal there is to follow the hogs. But here come that Surefoot ass. An ass would, you can ass wouldn't go there. And the guy got off and again he whopped the ass said, you can take my ass across that sucker. That's quicksand. A horse would go and break his leg. An ass, you bury some of your ass breaking his leg. And a mule. Mules are steroids, but the most potent mules are red mule. But anyway, Ruby, my dear, take your ass to town.
Good. Jimmy! Jimmy Mankind, come on up here. Jimmy. Hello there. Give him a round as he comes up here, Mr. Mankind. Then we got Tommy, Andrew, Vincent, me, Alistair Crowley, and the All Night Images.
Okay, I'm putting together a little collection of stuff when I used to drive a cab called Pieces of Taxi. This is one to fit into this 5 minutes. It's called Into the Ride. Oh my God, I'm broke, she said. My cards have all been plugged. I can't, nothing works. We have to find an ATM. No problem, which way? Well, turn off here, which way? That way, which that? Right. Got it. I'll make it my other right, sorry. Can you make a U? I see it. She got out, wobbling on her heels, not as tall and gawky as I thought. Now she seemed fragile, vulnerable to the forces of darkness. Her light was low. Perhaps. She floundered at the machine, seemed